Who's here, Corey Murray?
Taraji motherfucking Henson.
Welcome back to
Welcome back.
Yes. It's been a while.
Yeah, we were in Jamaica.
Yes.
The last time.
That was a great backdrop, ladies.
Woo.
That was an epic conversation. We had
What
fun
we
with
talked
you.
about a lot.
Everything.
Everything.
We ran
And a
through your
lot has happened
receipts.
since
A
then.
lot has happened.
Oh,
You didn't even get to see the ring.
Okay.
Ooh,
She's
it's so pretty.
He took
That is
great.
pretty.
You know, that was when we were like, remember Yolanda was like, Taraji's got a man.
Right, and I was all in the hush. Yeah, because I had to make sure it was forever, honey.
And clearly,
Yes.
we see you
Yes,
happy.
we get married this summer.
I can't wait. We all can't wait.
Cannot wait.
I can't wait either. He can't wait. He's like, I want my ring. Every time I put my ring on, like, where's my ring?
Is he a groomzilla? You know how some dudes
he
are
is
like,
so not. He wants to go
love
to
it.
the justice of the peace.
so
But I'm
you're
like,
doing
I
the
need
planning.
a dress.
Yeah, no,
I
you need
waited
a
my whole
moment.
lifetime for this moment.
No.
It's not going to be a big show. It's going to be really small. The nuptials will, but of course we're going to party big, the reception.
Yes.
But I thought it was important to not make it a show. Because
Yeah.
at first we started off like that and they started sending me them numbers. And I was like, well, wait a minute. This is becoming
An event.
an event. And
Yeah.
that's not how I saw my wedding.
Yeah.
I always saw my wedding. It's sort of like my cousin. When my cousin Dee Dee and Bobby got married and I was a bridesmaid. I'm not going to have a bridal party either. Nice and simple.
Smart.
But I just remember it being in my grandmother's church. It was small in North Carolina. And it was small. It was just the family. And that's a wedding that I'll never forget. And I've been to a million weddings, big, elaborate. But that is the one that sticks to me. I don't know, maybe because it's my cousin.
No, but still,
It's
yeah.
a moment.
It was beautiful. And it was, I don't know, it just felt more intimate.
It was personal. It was
Yeah.
about your love, right?
Right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I always pause when I hear about people who have to take out loans for weddings.
I'm not. That's
Because
You wanna
that's like,
start off in
it's
that-
it's
in
like,
that.
come
It's
on.
ridiculous.
That doesn't
Like,
make
why?
sense.
Yeah.
And who is it for? Is the wedding for you or for the people?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, and I thought for me, it is very important as we take this journey into forever, because I don't plan on divorcing and he doesn't either.
Love it.
Stop with me.
Forever.
No, but it's important that when you take your nuptials, who you surround yourself with, who are the witnesses, because that's what it's supposed to be, witnesses and people that are going to form a circle around that bond and your words and your promise to God. And if someone wants to jump ship, you form that circle and go, no, we were witnesses.
Yeah.
We were witnesses and you have to work this out.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that was more important than a show.
I have a good friend who takes it very seriously, that part of like the witness part and standing up.
No judgment though.
No judgment
at all. 'Cause,
yeah.
You know, people will take
Oh,
things.
every word.
No.
Every
yeah.
word. Out of context.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
But no, but
We
some
feel
people
you.
really take that really seriously. Like, no, we're here to support you and we have to
Yes.
be in agreement with everything. So I totally agree with that.
And my dad, right before we got married, he was like, this is about you too.
Yes.
No one's going to think about this day after this day, but you guys.
Yeah.
And you're going to remember it. So it's got to be special.
It's gotta be so special.
We can't wait to see you in this wedding dress.
Yes.
Ooh, the
It's
sleigh.
a quiet little place. I'm not even telling anybody where it is, but it's so quaint and quiet and beautiful and in nature, and it's gonna be us.
So that's
And maybe 100 people.
That's good intimate.
that's good.
group.
That's good.
Because my family's big, child.
It's hard. Sometimes you got to tell people, I love you, but
Yeah, no, it's not the entire family. Like kids can't come or whatever, but it's like my cousins that slept on a pallet. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no,
Like,
yeah.
Yes.
my close,
Yes.
not people that just want to see Taraji get married.
No.
You know? Mm-mm.
No people you have a connection to or have real stories.
Or understand and know this relationship and this.
yes, that's
bond.
important.
Mhm.
The friends and family.
Amen.
Yeah.
Can't wait. So that's not the only big thing that's happened for you in 2020.
What else happened?
You are going to be launching a hair care line.
Okay.
Oh, girl.
For the culture.
Okay, right quick. Ooh.
For the
I am
culture.
so excited.
So are we.
I'm excited because it's something that I have been working on for a long time. Since I started wearing a weave back in 1990 something. And I just could not. I'm a natural hair girl. I mean, even before when my hair was permed, I'm from DC. We were very serious about our hair.
I have a side note. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
She came with props.
I have a prop.
She from Maryland.
Show the
I wanted to wear it, but I had got makeup on it.
That is exactly
Real women
how
problems.
And that's how it was.
Merlin.
She from Maryland.
Because I was reading how, not to cut you off, but how you were like, if I didn't do acting, I would have been done cosmetology, and I was telling Charlie, I said, real talk, growing up, Forestville, PG County, that was a big deal. Like, I felt the same way. I was like, if I don't get into Hampton, I'm going to go do Suitland High School, had the cosmetology program.
I missed it by a year.
See?
Because you're supposed to be in cosmetology school by the 9th grade or something like that. But I missed it by a year because I was so busy trying to get in the School of Performing Arts. So when that fell flat, I panicked. I was like, I got to do something. And I missed cosmetology by a year. But see, I think that was God because I would have been great.
Oh, yeah.
I could see that.
$20 roller sets in college. That was my
That was
McDonald's
awesome.
money.
That was
Ain't no
a
plug for
praise.
McDonald's, but you know when you broke.
Yes.
And Taraji, your hair is its own moment. Your career is iconic. And your hair, do you ever auto search when you search you wouldn't search your name, but when
really
you put in
don't. That's
Taraji
scary.
P. Henson, it's hair and bob right after movies and career.
You know what's crazy? That the bob has
The bob.
been I don't know, God born me to wear a bob because that was my style in college. And, that's when we used to wear those bob wigs back then.
Oh, yes.
And guys used to snatch them. You go to the club and they would snatch away. It was the silly things, kids. Kids in clubs. But, and they would always try to snatch me. I'd be like, this is my hair. Because I would rap. I had that rap down to, we wrapped our hair. Ooh, honey.
The wind would blow and my hair would start to wrap.
To rap.
I remember that?
Yes, and I would wear all kinds of colors in my hair. So I was known for my hair in college.
Yes.
Back then. Even in high school, I was a trendsetter. I don't know what I was thinking, but I used to do my own wet sets. And with Lotta Body, remember? Girl?
And you have to make a whole thing of it. Oh my God.
And you wake up and your curls be all crunchy.
Moment.
Right? The little alligator clips, I would put them in the front to make my hair stand up in the front.
Oh,
and I would
yes.
just wear them to the clubs. I would buy them in different colors and I would wear them. And then I started seeing girls wearing them.
Starting trends, Taraji. See, back
Look
then.
over here in DC doing it. Okay.
It was crazy, but I was special. I was different.
Yeah.
And everybody in the hood knew it.
Mhm.
They was like, oh, that's Taraji. She's different.
She's extra in the right way.
Yes.
I love that. So your passion with hair starts way back then.
Way back. I remember in the 9th grade, so everybody used to get kitchen dues from their moms, right?
Yes.
My 9th grade, I think I posted, I had like a gold streak right here. And then, the spray, my mother cut it into my little layered bob. And Prince, I fell in love with Prince. Yeah. And, Prince had that hairdo that went in like this. And I got the notion one day to go to the mall and get my hair cut. And I found this Asian woman and she cut hair. They have that great blunt hair. So you have to really be able to cut. And I fell in love with her. And that's who cut my hair all through high school. And I would try to fit like 4 or 5 different hairstyles on my head. But let me go back. My mom, when I cut it off, she got so mad. She said, I'm not going to do your hair. If you cut your hair off, you want to be grown, you do your hair yourself. I was like, fine. So I went to Sally's and I got the Marcel curling irons and a stove. And I was working Marcel's like clink, clink, clink at 14.
That's one of my
I burned
proudest.
my eye one time.
Oh, no.
My proudest tributes is that I can work on Marcel.
Yeah.
I'm very proud
I
of it.
prefer a Marcel.
I'm hair
me too.
challenged because I don't even know what a Marcel is. What is
It's
that?
the curling iron that has like the 2
freehand.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have-
Instead of the spring where you use the finger, those are for the amateurs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay in my lane over here.
Yeah. I'm local 706. So.
Which is why I'm so happy this hairline is coming from you.
Yes, it is.
Clearly,
absolutely
you know
for
black
me.
hair.
I know. And the thing about it is funny because I was very interested in making a line that everybody could use. Because you start with a base and then you branch off. Girl, I got so much more coming, honey. We're ready for this. But because I'm listening to comments and everything, and this first pass I wanted to include everyone. Because you got to think about it. When I play different characters, I have worn all kinds of hair. Honey.
You have.
I have worn silky straight. I have worn European hair. So I know hair, like, So of course I'm going to cater to the curly hair girls. And there's something in there for everyone. But as far as my natural hair care line, it's coming.
Now, what's the thing in the picture? Because I got invited to your hair care university.
It's so much fun.
Okay, but I'm confused by this little thing you got. This little, what is that?
Tri-touch, the
Yes.
Tri-touch applicator. Okay, so what I noticed, and this is how this line was born, I found a solution to a real problem.
Okay.
So when I first started getting weaves, I remember I loved my hair, but I just wanted to preserve it because I heard all of these stories about losing edges and your hair thinning out.
Believe you.
And can you pause and tell us, like, what have you had an instance with that where you had to teach someone on set to like take care of your hair?
To be good to it?
Yes. With heat.
Yeah.
I'm very meticulous about my hair. And when, I had just gotten to the place about how many years ago? I don't know, when I was able to take my team with me wherever I go. But before then, my hair was in the hands of so many people.
Yeah.
And first of all, I'm very spiritual. Like, I don't want people, because you write to my brain. Yeah. You're like, you my cranium. Like, I need that energy gotta be right. And I'm an old Southern woman too. So you gotta have growing hands. So when I had all these people I felt weird.
What is growing hands?
Growing hands is that people who take care of your hair grows.
Oh.
See, I
never knew
hands
that.
on my head.
You need growing hands, honey.
You spoke to my heart when you talked about the damage with wigs and weaves.
Okay, so let me get back to that. So what I found was when I would go into these installs and protective hair styles, how do I take care of my hair? And I remember I had a very embarrassing moment the first time I wore a Brazilian curly weave. You know, a lot of people think you can just wet it and go and don't take care of your hair. Oh, yes, my hair's protected. It's going to grow. Not. You have to take care of your hair while it's in an install. And so I was new to the game. So I go back to the salon and she takes my weave down and there's this horrible smell coming from my head.
The mildew.
You've smelled it before. Yes. And it's mildewy because I wasn't drying my wefts. That was the first lesson. So then I was like, okay, I have very dense hair. And I was like, okay, so then now I have a problem because I can wash the weave really well and that'll be clean, but how do I penetrate the weft and the cornrow and the net? Sometimes people can put nets. How do you penetrate that and get down to your scalp? Because your scalp is totally neglected. And I know that a lot of women think that just because they have an install that their hair is protected and it's healthy. But what happens is when they take it down, it's dry, it's brittle. It may be long, but you've seen pictures when they go on the internet and they pull it all out and it doesn't look healthy.
And it's thin. You can see through it.
Very thin because you haven't been taking care of it. And it's just like when you expect to reap a harvest, how can you do that if your soil is bad? So you have to think about your hair like that. You have to think about your scalp first. You have to clean your scalp first and then get to your hair. Think about it. If you have dense hair like this and it's a scalp product that you're using or scalp formulation, by the time it gets to your root, because I turn into a chia pet when my hair gets wet. So it's harder to get to my scalp. So by the time the formulation reaches the scalp, it's done all its work on the hair. So that's where the Tri-Touch applicator comes in.
That
brilliant.
Because you can cut through the wefts. And I found that when I went totally natural and I stop perming my hair and straightening it, and when I wash it, so because my root is so thick, I still have that issue. So that's when I said, wow, this is going to be great, not only just for people who have installs, but for people who have really thick, dense hair, like the C4 curly girls, you know? So, and it scratches your scalp because it's kind of hard. The rat tooth, you read like this with the rat tooth, but what happens is the formulation is actually very thin too, so it can get through and down to your scalp, and your scalp tingles and it feels refreshed. It feels like your scalp has had a peppermint patty. That's the only way.
Okay, I'd like to order 100 of those. Yes. Because I literally have, when you said the net, I have crochets and there's a net in there right now to keep me from scratching, but it's also a barrier for moisture, all the things, everything I want to get there.
Yes. I have a conditioner. I have a master cleanse, which cleanses the scalp. And then I also have a mint condition for the scalp as well. And it also, because you got to remember when you have a weave or an install, all of that product is not going to come out. It's impossible. It's in an install. You can get most of it out. You can wash your hair for an hour. It's still going to get trapped in there. But if something's going to get trapped in there, at least it's feeding my hair. So then I cut to me coming up with this concoction, and it was apparatus, child. It was a whole system. And when I would travel, I would have to disassemble it because the container that I was using, the one that they use to dye your roots, that with the straight long, that's what I was using because I needed something to help it get down in there. So once I partnered with Mesa, of course, they're brilliant. They came up with the Touch applicator. And I was like, I wasn't even thinking about the 3. That's amazing.
Life-changing.
Yeah, life-changing. And I just think a lot of my product is really going to be based on the tutorials I do because the products look beautiful, but where do you go? It's oftentimes you have so many products and you just don't know what to do and how to use them. But because I formulated these all myself, I can tell you exactly what to do, how to use it, when to use it, what I do for my hair, because that's what I was finding. People started taking to my hair when I would take the weaves out and show my hair. They were like, oh my God, how did you do it? How did you do it? It would have been so hard for me trying to explain.
Yeah.
So I went on vacation with a girlfriend and they were had protective styles and they were complaining about their scalps itching. I said, try this. So I put it all together. Oh my God, I've never felt this. I was like, see, I'm on to something.
Taraji out here.
I was gonna say, have you ever like had the entrepreneur bug or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember before I booked Baby Boy, I took a community college class on how to make candles, and I turned it into a business called Light My Fire. And I would make candles for my friends who were lucky enough to be booked on television shows. Paula J. Parker, if you out there, girl, I love you because she was my first client and customer, and she bought like $500 worth of candles because she gave them as gifts for to her cast and crew. Yeah. And girl, I love you, honey. Do you know that paid my rent that month, and it was Christmas, and my baby had gifts under the tree.
I love that we support each other. That is so sweet.
Yes. So yes.
Wait, do you still do that epic garage sale?
I used to, and I used to really enjoy them, but I can't because
you're too big.
You gotta take the good with the bad, child.
You used to do this thing where like everyone would come and she would have this epic garage sale
with her stuff.
With her, and I remember you talking about mannequins.
I had racks. I had my kickboxing mannequin. Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't a kid; it was a bag. You know the kickboxing.
Yeah.
I turned it into a mannequin. I had mannequin heads with shades and earrings. I had price tags on everything, and I did it all myself.
If you decide to, DM me, Taraji.
No, but I can't because people then they know where you live.
Yeah,
you
know what?
And I'm the type of girl where I want everybody to have fun and come and get in.
That spirit, we were just talking about. We watched your undercover lift.
That was brilliant.
It was so funny.
It was so much fun.
You were throwing out hints like I made cookies, and it's hard out here. You're comedic. I mean, comedy is so natural for you. We love you. You can play anyone.
Well, do you know that is exactly what I moved out to LA for? I thought I was going to book a nice sitcom and be there for my son and have regular banker's hours.
Right?
Not the case. I was like, you are really funny, sir, ma'am.
But now it's funny to hear that you want to get back into comedy.
Oh my! That's what I came out here to do.
Yeah. And I get a stand up?
Thank God for. I would love to.
I would love.
But see, my stand up would be totally different. It would be more because I'm not a stand up comedian. You know what I mean? I can be funny, so mine would be more like playing different characters, like a one woman show, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You really, and then we were watching, we were like, Taraji, it was just so naturally funny. That Southern accent was coming out. Everything. You like to have a good time. You enjoy your life.
I do. It's getting harder nowadays. It's so. Look at where we are. Like, it doesn't help my anxiety and depression. I'll tell you that much. I mean, it's a struggle. It's like you get after a certain age, the rose-colored glasses come off. Mm-hmm. And this is the thing I want to really, really discuss and tackle this, women. Like, I know we all are enamored and we're in love with how Black don't crack. Mm-hmm. And we're all love the youthfulness and yes, I'm pushing 50 and 50 wear bitch and all of that. Yes, that's great. But let's be real. There are things that happen to us physically and we get caught up in the pretty aesthetics of it all that we really never talk about perimenopause, menopause, and that directly affects your mental. Mm-hmm. That's mental health right there. Yeah. I mean, the depression lows and you not knowing where this shit is coming from. Yeah. We look good, but I had to say something.
Thank you for
doing that.
I had almost panicked because when I saw Self magazine, I remember I did my interview and I felt right about it. And then I saw they made it as a headline. I was like,
Taraji,
they're going to send me out to the pastures. I'm never going to work again. But then people were in my DM like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And how the hell am I to tackle mental health and not say anything about it? Mm-hmm. Like, come on, am I a hypocrite?
Yeah.
I had to because I wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy. Like, hello, out there, is anybody else going through this? You know?
And what was so beautiful about you coming forward about it is because, you know, you've constantly been the around the way girl, the girl that we all love, the
strong.
friend.
Yes.
And
So
it was
relatable.
like, but in that moment, you were like, no, Taraji, she has issues too,
What?
like everyone else. So
Yes.
I want to personally thank you for saying that, because Charlie and I have been talking, like, a lot of times I was listening to this other podcast and it was about a girl who literally went to a dinner party crying. She fixed her face, went into the party, and initially she was like telling everybody she was fine. But then as soon as she left, she cried, and she had to realize like she was depressed and she had no one to really talk about it with. But I'm so thankful that more Black women are talking about it more and talking, and not even like a cursory, like, oh yeah, I have my problems, I have my days, but no, we need to really delve deep into depression. So
and how
thank
it's
you.
affecting our lives.
I mean, it's generational, babe. We have not even dealt with slavery. We are walking around still traumatized. We have 400. I got goosebumps. Don't make me cry. Because we always try to be so strong and get over things. And it's not healthy. And why should we be held to that?
Yeah.
We are human. And yes, Jim Crow, I mean, it looked like it's coming back. I mean,
did it leave?
You know, these mini aggressions against us, and we have to wake up every day. I don't know a Black person who can sleep soundly at night knowing loved ones are out in this world. We gonna take that to our grave. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever see in her lifetime where a Black mother or father can go to sleep and not worry about their kids or themselves.
And rest easy. It won't happen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about it, Taraji.
No,
we must.
We
and
have
you are
to. And
we
leading
gotta
this
stop-
conversation.
No, it's,
Excuse
you
my
can say
language.
it. No,
Be
you
We
yourself.
gotta
gotta,
stop fucking around with these titles. And I get it, Black Girl Magic. I get it.
Yeah.
But again, you have to be careful with that. Because if you say magical, see, it makes us otherly.
Yes.
Right? So yes, your son died last night, but look how she got over it and she's marching through it.
No.
She forgave. I'm tired of forgiving.
No.
I'm tired of
Yeah.
forgiving.
And that pain has physical effects.
It
affects
has
our health,
mental-
our long-term
Yes.
mental.
Forever.
Yeah.
Our children are affected. These children growing up watching this, and this is a norm.
It's interesting.
Not healthy.
We watched the news with my daughter and with our daughter in the morning, and sometimes initially we would turn in the channel. You know, when things were getting a little tough, they were talking about painful, but now we have to talk about it with her, because I was like, I need to start preparing you for what the real world is going to be like.
And these babies don't have a chance. They don't have a chance at being children. What happened to them not worrying about getting snatched up in a white van? I sometimes I wish I could go back to when I was a kid. I could play
On the
outside.
streets.
Just make sure you get home for them street lights come on. And don't you be sassing Miss Parker. Because she has the right to smack your butt. Like,
literally.
It was really a village. The neighborhood knew the kids. We could go. I mean, these kids don't have that luxury anymore. They
and
don't.
then the internet bullying.
And we expect them to go to school and learn. I mean, we expect so much of these children, and we have totally neglected them.
I got one for you.
Social
was at
media?
school got in school with Jillian. They have to do shutdown drills. We happen to be there for bombings and shootings.
God.
She got down. I was like, "What is happening?" They're like, "She's like, Mommy, it's a shutdown drill." That I started crying. It freaked me out.
Listen, it's getting closer and closer to home because this last shooting that happened in California affected a crew member on my set. His daughter was at the school.
Oh my God.
He had to leave and go get her and bring her back. She's traumatized. She will
she is.
forever be changed.
By gun violence as a child.
They don't have a chance at being children.
Yeah.
Social media doesn't allow them to be
I
children.
was getting ready to say this. What I see on social media, and you speak about this a lot too, we have to be, the words that we use are so powerful, but it's the youth that are getting it the most. They're horrible. The emojis, the shade, the insults, the kill yourself. We see it on Twitter and Instagram. It's heartbreaking.
And they just so quick to judge and criticize. It's just like,
And
whoa,
attack.
just wow. This is a full human here. Like, easy.
A baby. These little kids.
But they're traumatized.
Yeah.
So we can't, how do we expect them to function properly if they don't have the tools?
Yeah.
Hurt people. Which is why we applaud you for going right to Congress. This is not something that we just talk about over drinks or at the dinner table. This is something that it's a crisis.
Oh, it's affecting us.
Exactly.
It's affecting
For our
our
community.
future. I mean, the numbers are so alarming at African American children taking their lives. It's alarming. That should never be normal. We should never sit and feel comfortable about spewing numbers about our children and our future dying. That should never be a comfortable conversation to have. My body is getting heated as I talk about it. 5 years old. You should only care about the cartoons and what cereal you eat and Christmas time and lollipops and fun. You're carrying the weight of the world on your little 5-year-old shoulders. I can't.
And you know what? I've started doing something in my family because I have people in my family when you start seeing these black kids they'll be like, oh, they must be around white people. That must be something. And I'm like, no, people are having issues. It's regardless of color. We need to talk to our kids about how they deal with them and how to effectively talk to someone to get through it. It's not a black and white issue anymore. I've had to stop people from doing that, like
making it a
cultural thing or like a black and white thing that this is something that only white people do. But it's like we're doing it.
It's for everyone.
Yeah,
it is. And the thing about the white black thing, the reason why we say that is because there's not enough of us enough representation of us in the field of mental health. So of course, naturally, we think that's just for white people. Because every time I wanted to look for a therapist, I never saw one, Yeah.
That's a challenge right there.
That's a challenge right there. And then I'm already walking in the room with my stuff. And I'm really, now I don't feel safe talking to you because a lot of my stuff is coming from people that look like you. So I can't even, but that's not to say that there aren't culturally competent therapists out there that aren't black, right?
Yeah,
as long as you can, if I feel comfortable and you understand my struggle and what I actually go through, if you have compassion and you get it, we can talk. You can help me.
Yeah.
But if you have nothing culturally, you can't. Yeah. You just gonna try to give me some little exercises because you read it in a book. That's not helping me. Or try to medicate me.
I'm so happy that you mentioned
another
therapy.
thing Black people don't trust.
Yeah,
medication.
Because it's not always about medication. though. See, that's the misconception about mental health, getting help. It's not always about a pill.
Right.
Sometimes I remember when I first went public and said it. That was a relief right there because then I didn't feel alone. I saw all the demons. Me too. That right there can soothe you. Yes. That right there can be, at least I know I'm not alone. Yes. That's the first step.
Yes, conversation.
Talking about it. What kind of resources does your foundation offer?
What I'm so proud of right now, because there's so much work that we have to do, and it's just like, where do you start? Right now, we have on our website a resource page where you can go punch in where you live, and you can find therapists in your area,
which is amazing right there.
Who are willing to hop on the phone, do a conference call. We have a chat room where people can talk, because a lot of the times it's just talking and knowing you're not alone. People suffer when they think they're the only ones. They suffer alone. They suffer in silence. The main concern for us right now is getting to the babies in school. We have peace circles for them. You see our artist, she's going around the country, Sierra, she's painting positive affirmations in bathrooms. Because when I was growing up, bathrooms where you got jumped, people smoking weed, all horrible stuff, had writing people, all kinds of horrible stuff happened in the bathroom. So we made that a place where you can go collect yourself, remind yourself that you're beautiful and that you're powerful. Write beautiful messages on the wall. Kids like to write. Well, write something nice. And peace circles where they can work things out amongst themselves. You bumped me in the hallway. What was that about?
Let's talk about it.
Well, my grandmother was sick this morning. See, it had nothing to do with you.
Nothing. Wasn't personal.
Remember that guy, the parent, his kid was being bullied, and he went to talk to the bully, and it found out the kid was, he was living in a homeless shelter.
Homeless, yeah.
And he took him to go get his clothes washed, and then they became friends. Like, he took the time to find out what was going on.
Get to the root of the problem.
Listen, most humans don't want to be bad.
Okay.
No one wakes up unless, now there's some chromosomes that are off and, you just can't have it, But the majority of people, they don't want to be bad. There is a reason why. There's always a reason why. The loud girl in class, why is she? Well, because she ain't getting attention at home. So she going to come and she going to act out. But that comes from having compassion.
Yeah.
And not judging. And understanding that there's a reason behind everything.
Yeah.
You know, I do it all the time. I play these characters and people go, oh, you gonna play her? Yeah, because I'm interested in why. I'm interested in doing the backstory to find out why she's like this.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna judge her. That's not my job. I'm the actress. My job is to make her, somebody has to identify with her. This character didn't just fall out the sky. This is a real person, and someone's gonna identify with her in her story. So it's my job to make her as real as possible. And the only way I can do that is have compassion and handle that character with compassion and go into the, wow, she has some trauma.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and if we start handling each other that way, this world would be a much better place.
It would. And I love these safe spaces that you're creating in schools, online.
Yeah.
Taraji,
We have to start somewhere.
But you're doing the work.
Yeah, I have to.
It's critical.
We need money. Look. No, I'm just I'm really about this. I have been footing this foundation for some time with my own money. You know, I'm getting a little nervous because the show coming to an end, but God got me. I'm doing his work.
Does.
Yeah.
He does. This work is, I mean, and I see the responses in your comments, right? We read, we see what people are saying to you.
Yeah.
It's a larger conversation now.
And it just makes me feel like I found my life purpose, you know. Acting, and I was trying to find it through acting, you know, but then people get caught up in the celebrity of it all. And it's like, yeah, but I'm doing real work, and I hope you got that message that character was sending. You know what I mean? But this is real. This is straight to the chase. This is not washed up in Hollywood glamour. This is me, and this is my passion, and this is what I'm about.
Okay, I love it.
She mentioned Empire, though, and I know. We got to talk about
it. We got to talk about this director. Like you.
Hello.
Congratulations.
I love it.
I can't believe, when you said it, I was like, no, it can't be the first time.
First time. I've directed theater before, but, you know, in college. But I just, for one, I like sleep. And I just thought, I saw them direct, they be looking haggard.
Y'all have some real early call times.
Yes, but you know, the one thing I did learn, the director doesn't show up when the actors do, because we don't have to go through.
Glam.
So we show up at crew call. Now that helps.
That's cute.
Yeah. And I think the fulfillment that I get from it is that the most joy I got out of directing was the audition process, because I was like, I'm handpicking whoever is going to be in my episode, you know, for whatever the roles that were hired, you know. And I just felt so good knowing that I was giving some young actor a break.
Yeah.
Knowing that they were going to run home and call their mom, like, Mom, I'm real Empire. Because I remember those days. And I remember the shitty auditions I had with casting directors that just didn't give nothing. They didn't make the environment safe enough for me to be uninhibited to bring these words to life, right? And because I'm an actor, I'm very sensitive to that. I'm very sensitive to actors' times and how they're like scared. And of course, I'm in the room, so, you know. So this one actor came in the room, and he did his read, and it was okay. It wasn't bad, but I could tell he was out of breath. And I knew instinctually that if I gave him another chance, he would knock it out the park. So he stopped, and I said, that was good. I said, let me ask you a question. Did you run to get here? Because you sound like you're, oh my God, I left my resume. I said, woo, 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 woo. I said, slow down. I said, slow down, baby. I said, you have to realize we need you. We need to cast this today because the studio ain't going to be happy. I said, take this with you. Put it in your pocket and keep it. This is your time. Take your time. We need you. I said, now do it again. And he knocked it out the park. Right?
I love that.
Because I created a safe environment.
Yeah.
Imagine how many incredible actors have been overlooked because auditioning is a process. That's a craft in and of itself. Just auditioning. That's one thing. Auditioning is a whole nother language. Then getting and keeping the job is another one.
You want to talk about anxiety?
Levels to this shit.
When are you teaching your master class?
I am. That's definitely in my future.
Okay.
Definitely in my future, because I'm really sensitive about my craft because I spent a lot of money studying it. And all of a sudden, and I hope I don't offend anyone, but this is my truth. I'm offended that all of a sudden acting has become such a novelty. Do you know what I mean by that?
I do.
Like anybody can do it now.
It's
it's just
and I love you've always called it a craft.
Always.
It's a craft, baby. It is not just about I'm comfortable in my skin and I'm gonna hit my bike and be cute. It's a craft. And I tell young, I don't judge. Look, hey, get your money because it's out there to be got. But when you come to me for my advice, I'm gonna tell you, I gotta tell you from my experience. I studied, I trained. You think that I just woke up one day and was able to give you Katherine Johnson and turn around and give you Suge and then Cookie and then Proud Mary and the list goes on. Like I went broke putting myself through college. The reason why I know how to pick a script is because I studied literature. I've read some of the most amazing literature known to man. So I know the structure of a good script. Not that every script I pick is the best structurally, but I know I can do something to it, to make it pop.
It was a Guardian article, and he says it was Adam Shankman who directed What Men Want. Yes. And he said, he told you that we have a low budget, so I knew Taraji was going to be my special effect.
That is so true.
But he talked about your knowledge, and he could say to you, "Be this character from this show," and you like immediately got it.
But I love because I studied the craft
and your range, Taraji. I mean, look at your body of work.
But I studied the craft.
Exactly.
I'm a hood girl. That I came from the hood, but I was doing Shakespeare at 12. Like, you know what I mean?
We do.
Euripides, you know what I'm saying? Agamemnon. I was doing it, so
absolutely.
It just, I know what I put into it, and I know thespians. I know I can rattle off the names. Y'all know them. And I just, I don't want to piss on anybody. This is not a dig to anyone, please. But again, this is my craft, and I'm very sensitive about it. Like, people like to say, call me a singer. No, I'm not, because that too is a craft.
Yes.
And yes, I can hold a tune and I can carry a note, and I did study musical theater in college, but I didn't study theory. You understand what I mean?
Gotcha.
That's where craft comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hit a note, but I'm not going to sit down like Miss Alicia Keys and tickle them ivories. That's a craft. You get what I'm saying? And everybody can't do that. And so I don't claim that I can sing. Yeah. Now, if a character comes across my lap and I got to sing, baby. me. Where's my vocal coach? Okay. You understand what I mean? But I'm not going to hop on the screen and I'm not going to rant and rave that I sing because that's a craft, and I don't want to, slap somebody in the face for all of their hard work that they did studying their craft. I didn't put that kind of work in. I can't claim that.
So can we talk about your legacy? Because Corey and I were just talking about, how much we admire your career. Yeah. And we know that you are real, authentic, unbelievably talented, incredible range, hardworking. Like, we could go on and on, but we were curious. It's true, you've earned this, Taraji. But what do you want your legacy to be? Because when we were reading that they said you became an international star after Empire, but you've been, like to us,
20 years in the game, and even longer for us. But
so now that the world sees you, what is it that you hope they see?
That I'm a people person, and I'm definitely for the people. That everything I do is not for myself. It's for how to uplift or leave a legacy behind that will inspire those coming behind me, because that's how I'm here. I had a plethora of people that I looked up to. We still talk about their work. They're not here anymore. I was interested in doing that kind of work, and I was very clear on it the moment I decided to take acting seriously. When I got to LA, I had my come to Jesus meeting, and I said, I want longevity, and I want work. And I want to do characters and work that people will talk about long after I'm gone. Children will study my work long after I'm gone. Yeah. So I was very clear on that.
And look at what you've done.
How are you saying goodbye to Cookie, though?
Oh, good question.
Cookie's been such a blessing.
I don't know yet. I really don't know. I know people are not ready to say goodbye to her.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's one of those characters that will live on.
Oh, yeah. She's now a character.
She's iconic. What else can you do with Cookie?
People be dressing up as Cookie for Halloween forever.
Still.
Okay.
Right? Forever. And I mean, like, I still watch Martin. I'm never going to stop watching. When you come to my house, you can always tell who had the television. If it's on BET, that's me. Because I'm always watching BET.
Yes.
Even if I'm not watching it, it's
on. Yeah.
And if it's sports, my fiance.
Yes.
Well, we were reading that you would love it if Jesse could come back for one of the final episodes. How is he? We know you guys are great friends.
He's great. He's good.
He's a friend to the show.
He's
as
resilient.
Well. We love Jesse.
He's a resilient spirit, and I just don't understand how we end this show. Yeah. Because he's so beloved. You know, he was Cookie's favorite baby. I know you're not supposed to have favorites.
But it's true.
But, it's true.
You know, they had a special connection. And he had a special connection with the show. And that show we wouldn't be as successful without him or his storyline. Yeah. That storyline did a lot for us in the Black community. And it was very important, and it is very important. I think his storyline, his character is very important and meaningful to the show. And I just don't understand how we ended without him.
Yeah.
I just really don't.
I didn't realize the impact of his storyline. We did a roundup of I think it was the 13 best LGBT moments of the decade, and his was one of them. And I was like, oh wow, that really it was an impact. You know, you kind of forget because now everyone's talking about it, but that was a first. All right, so Empire's ending.
We were bold on that show.
Oh yeah.
Oh y'all were. Hell yeah.
We did not shy away from mental illness either.
No.
Yes. And what was so brilliant is that we had the gay son, bipolar, and the millennial, because child, that's a head case right there.
Okay.
Lord, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't even know what the next one's called.
Which one?
What is it? Generation Z?
I don't know.
I think it's called Generation Z.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
They not going to care about us and our Social Security.
No,
you know why? Because we didn't care about them. Y'all going to remember me, though. I did a lot for the babies. I'm out here trying to save y'all from school and stuff. So, hell, look, remember me, all right? I know. I'm trying to bring back teen summits in every.
Oh, teen summits.
Well, hold up. Not even just on television, but in each state. Okay, we have Black expos, we have women expos, we have all
Circle
these
of Sisters
where entrepreneurs can connect, and these kids are making more money than we are, right?
Yeah.
Where is their platform?
To talk about their feelings.
I brought that up at Congress too. I said we need to pay more attention to our children.
Yeah.
We must, because they are going to take care of us.
Bridge the conversation.
We must. Because we're neglecting them.
Taraji, you are so much fun.
But wait, I have one more question. Okay.
Yes.
So 2020
is to food. Yes.
I know. 2020 is here.
Yes.
You're saying goodbye to Empire.
Yes.
You're getting married. You touched on you're going to have a really beautiful birthday later in the year.
Hello.
I did, didn't I? What did I say? A yacht.
I mean, you're just saying
yes.
you're turning it. We're also turning 50.
Hey, look at us. We look good. Although things are going on.
I'm with it. She with the bridge. Yes, I'm with you.
So the question is, how do you see this? How do you feel about going into 2020? Like, what is this new moment, new chapter? How do you want to see this year for you? How do you see the year playing out for you?
Would you manifest?
Do you do intentions?
Yeah, like January. People were on Instagram. I'm claiming.
I do that all year round. So I don't make it about a moment, because I'm trying to better myself 365 days of the year. So I just feel like a hypocrite if I go, and I'm not judging anyone. Please, this is no judgment, y'all. I'm talking about me. I just don't like to make it an isolated moment, because then it's like, you're going to forget 2 weeks from now. Like, are you continuing that work all year? So I'm just always trying to be my better self. I'm always trying to grow and learn more about myself. I need to work on my patience. Everyone needs to work on their compassion. There are days when I'm better at it, and them days when I've been through stuff and I don't care. I need to work on that. I just want to continue to work on me and be the best version of myself that I can be before I leave this earth.
To me, I'm taking it as we have to live in the moment, because we set ourselves up to be like, I want to do this by this and this, but it's like, no, let's just live in the moment.
Sometimes things don't work out the way you foresee them, and God has other plans, and so you just gotta be present and in the moment.
Yeah,
just strive for greatness, set your goals, but be open.
Yeah. And you exude so much gratitude, Taraji.
I'm so grateful.
You can tell.
I'm just grateful.
I
am very grateful.
You've worked hard and you've enjoyed everything that's come to you also, and appreciate it, rather.
And I don't take it for granted.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a good 2020. Happy early birthday, Virgo.
Yes, Virgo.
You know, I get into this Virgo thing. I'm the 19th.
I'm trying to have a yacht, honey. Miss Gabrielle Union, honey, and that thing, Dwayne Wade. I'm just like, I need to be them.
And Magic and Cookie.
I'm joking. I don't ever want to be another couple. But you know what I'm saying?
No, but
Did you see Magic and Cookie? With Ella?
And I was going to say, Magic and Cookie. I'm like, yes, baby, it's a yacht.
Yes.
That's what we doing.
Well,
The yacht.
you know what? Yacht watch.
Yes,
Okay?
yacht watch.
Yacht watch for 2020. Let's claim it, sis. Claim it. It's your birthday.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
She's like, no, it's no. It's
So
like,
can we need some help
You
on the
have to
boat?
fight my cousins now. You know I got 50,000.
Look. Well, I will babysit K-Bob.
Oh, you gonna have to fight his auntie Monday.
See, I tried.
oh, that's right. Because you already said he don't like boats.
I know. Oh, right.
Yeah, he
You know
doesn't
what?
like.
I wasn't
Unless he
Look.
has an air conditioned cabin.
Okay, see, I'll do all that for K-Bob.
He's so bougie.
But we're gonna let you eat, Taraji. We appreciate you.
Thank you. It's
Thank
always
you.
fun.